Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Yadvaita Gadadhara Srivasari Shri Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Well, we have Paramananda Prabhu and our Thailand team preparing to welcome much of Latvia. Many devotees from Latvia preparing to welcome them very soon. Hare Krishna. And Nama Priya Devi Rasi with us, Suresh Krishna with us, Indumati, Raja Krishna Prabhu, and Kamalika very happily, and Udaran Prabhu, all from Ukraine, all from Latvia, just next door to Ukraine, all from Latvia on our Latvian Zoom, and Indu Baladevi Rasi, Mari Priyanana, and our Thailand devotees, and yours truly. We are here visiting you in Latvia happily today on this autumn day with chilly feet, 6th of October, 2024. All right, dear devotees, let us begin with Vandeham and then some Krishna Katha from the devotees. Questions, we have 3 questions already, but questions live from you all and contributions live from you all, happily received. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatang Vitantang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitans Cha. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvijay Namaha. Hare Krishna, and we already greeted the devotees, but we can always repeat. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. And we have devotees outside the window here looking in at me. Hare Krishna. And so would you like, okay, should I ask you if you have questions first, or should I just, I'll quickly, or I'll address the questions I have. Oh yes, Suresh Krishna, we've come to you in Latvia. Please let us hear. I believe we have simultaneous translation.
Yes. Okay, I will speak Russian. Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat all devotees, and I will speak Russian. Maharaj, прошу прощения.
So please excuse. Now we'll have to finish 5 to 4 p.m. Govardhan Hari will take Hari Gopal and Diana to the train station. Just in advance, I say that they will leave a bit earlier. So the news are that yesterday we held a program in Daugavpils, and we expected new people to come, but just one man came, and Diana. But it feels like she is not new, actually. Feels like we know each other for ages. So one woman came, and she gladly agreed to help us with some place in Daugavpils to hold more programs. She was interested, and she told that she came on purpose to listen about the devotees, their ideals. She's interested in this, and she's gladly will help to organize us meetings in the future. So yesterday we had almost no new people, so we went out to the street with kirtan and everyone was happy. If people are not coming to us, then we are coming to the people. And Namapriya and Udaran Prabhu, they also participated, but they returned in the evening. And Vadim also joined us. He's not with us today, and Ella was with us as well. Had such a good company. It was very cozy, very pleasant, very tasty, very sunny, unexpectedly warm, and good swarnam. So these are the news. Now we are preparing for the next Sunday. We are leaving for Thailand. So we are like just about to go. These are the news.
Okay, and I have a present for you, Suresh Krishna, when we get to Thailand. It's something in your memory. I'm wearing one now. I'm not giving you this one, but another one. I'll have to stand up so you can see what it says. Could you see? Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, slowly together. So you can guess who made it. It was Madhusudan Prabhu. Without consultation, he made it. So remembering you and the t-shirts that you make there in Latvia, I thought, yes, we need to give one to Suresh Krishna. So it's already packed in my 7 kg bag. 300 grams of my 7 kg allowance, just see. Okay, well, happy to hear your news. Oh, we're being visited here by lots of participating devotees. They're all coming with something to contribute. Euros, rubles, no, Harikatha. So we've got Leela Moy Prabhu here from Brazil, and we've got Rasarati Devirasi here from Italy. So everybody, you move yourselves to move into the frame. Kindly. All right. So this, yes. So I think you've met everyone here before. And Hari Gopal Prabhu is returned from the United States of America. They let him out and let him come back in to Latvia too. And so welcome back to Latvia. And your mridanga playing and enthusiasm must be infectious for the devotees, no doubt. So happy to welcome you back. All right, so I do have 3 questions here. So let me come to those questions. And because fairly short, that is Dhananjaya Prabhu from Novosibirsk. Yes, oh, we've got more devotees here. Kamala Sundari, Russian-speaking Kamala Sundari is here with us too. She's just joining us. Okay, so the first question, and this is very simple, it's a very simple answer. So from Dhananjaya Prabhu, he is asking, and this has come through Udaran Prabhu, that in the Russian songbook, it is written that the author of Sri Gaura Hari Kusum Stavastakam, that song Guru Rupa Virajita Nandasutam, etc., that is credited in the Russian book to being composed by Srila Govinda Maharaj, but in English it's Srila Guru Maharaj. And so he's asking, so which one is it? And the answer is that it is certainly Srila Guru Maharaj. And this was added to the book without actually, nobody checked with me about who composed it when it was added to the songbook. But that 8 flower offerings of praise to Lord Gaurahari, the first time it was added into the English songbook, which is the Kirtan Guide, which I think was probably the 8th edition, then there they had it written that it was by Srila Gurudev, but wrongly so. It is certainly by Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakha Sri Radev Goswami Maharaj. So that needs to be corrected in the Russian edition, as it was corrected in the next editions of the English one. So the Gaura Hari Kushuma Stavastakam, that is by Srila Guru Maharaj, certainly. And the second question, were there instances when Govinda Maharaj wrote something under Guru Maharaj's name? And the thing is, it's not impossible, but Srila Govinda Maharaj certainly wrote and gave the names of the authors, other members of the mat, including Aranya Maharaj, Subhansaka Prabhu, Krishnamai, and others in the mat. He put their names with their permission, but put their names, because he said, otherwise people will think that the whole magazine is by me. This means the Gaudiya Darshan magazine that Srila Gurudev started. Oh, okay, our devotees won't move in the picture, so I'll have to move the camera a little bit. So try to sit in the picture somehow, kindly. Srila Gurudev, he did write articles and he did put others' names, and but I don't know that he put Srila Guru Maharaj's name, and I really don't think that he did. So, in other words, for me, I can't absolutely say no, but I am doubtful whether Srila Gurudev put in Guru Maharaj's name any article. But it is not impossible. What more can I say? Now we can't go and knock on Srila Gurudev's door and ask him, but he certainly explained, and he explained to me about how he'd put various articles in other devotees' names, and for the very reason, so it didn't look like it was, the whole magazine was written by him, even though largely it was. So that's what I can answer. I can only answer what I know. And if Paramananda Prabhu has heard anything different, I don't know. It's not something that Srila Gurudev would kind of maybe discuss so much, but it was when we were doing publications that Srila Gurudev mentioned that. So that's the second question. And the third question is that a couple of weeks ago, this is from Udaran Prabhu himself, and he said from 2 weeks ago, Lavanga Devidasi asked a question about obstacles on our path and how to understand them. And that you, means I, answered that if these difficulties are on the spiritual path, it is like a test for us. That is the spiritual path. Sorry, that the spiritual path is not something cheap. But now the question comes from Udaran Prabhu. If I succumbed to circumstances, but later realized that I made a mistake, how do I correct it? And how can I make my mind to become my friend, which will help me on the spiritual path and not the opposite? So more or less we have two questions here. But the first part, we can say that the only atonement is to continue with the chanting of the holy name and service. There is no separate atonement to do, that, oh, we've gone into Maya, we've done this, I feel very bad, I should do something to atone for what I've done wrong. But the only atonement is to chant the holy name of the Lord. And we saw within some few instances, I am personal witness to some instances with Srila Guru Maharaj during that time, and some accident happened. It wasn't deliberate offense, a deliberate this, that, or the other, but some accident had happened with the Lord's paraphernalia, and Srila Guru Maharaj gave the instruction on the next Ekadashi to fast fully, to have full fast on the next Ekadashi. And that was from Guru Maharaj. But we haven't seen that regularly, and that was some, you can say, negligence, accident on behalf of a devotee, that some deity, important matter was damaged. And then the devotee was asked, but with affection, Guru Maharaj said, so next Ekadashi, then you fast fully. And by the way, on that Ekadashi, when the devotee fasted fully, then Gurudev called for him and called for him in the afternoon and said, have you been fasting fully? Yes, Guru Maharaj, fasted fully. Then Guru Maharaj said, so in the evening, you take some water and then you have prasadam this evening. Have like that. So Guru Maharaj saw the devotee was willing to do the necessary to fast, but Guru Maharaj is merciful, as heavy as a thunderbolt, but also very kind. So the only atonement is really to chant more, to be more focused, and just to be as steady as possible. And as you're asking, how to make our mind into our friend, instead of our mind succumbing to the material things, or leaving its focus on Krishna consciousness. Well, keep practicing. Just as with the muscles of the body, how do we make the muscles strong? They become strong by repetition, by practice. And similarly, how do we become stronger in our conviction? It's by repetition, it's by our practice. And so, good association, we must hear this when we are thinking of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, to keep good association, to have responsible service, these answers. And otherwise, it is always, finally, it's up to us. Because if you want to be in Maya, there's always going to be a little time for Maya. So I'm not saying about you, Udaran Prabhu, I'm just saying about one. If somebody wants to be in Maya, there is always an opportunity. So we have to, at the end of the day, we have to be honest to ourselves and be a little self-controlled. And that as we, okay, so from Guru Maharaj, Srila Guru Maharaj said that when we get some challenge, some temptation, or it doesn't have to be gross temptation, I mean temptation away to do something which is basically non-Krishna conscious. And then when we face that and we say, leave it to one side and say, no, I won't do that, I'll stay with what I should be doing, then with each time that we make the right decision, then we are stronger from the previous crossing over that temptation or that distraction. And so bit by bit, then those distractions, they will withdraw, because they will also, as Guru Maharaj gives everything personality, they will say, oh, it's a waste of our time going to him or going to her, because they're not going to give any attention to us. We'll go somewhere else. This way. So we need to be sincere and to do our best. And the mind is always going to be a problem. When Arjuna says that, oh, Krishna, I consider that to control the mind is more difficult than to control the wind, that's Arjuna, who's controlled sleep, by the way. Gurakesh, Krishna addresses him in this way. So that's Arjuna, and he can do so many basically mystic things, shoot an arrow to the eye of the bird in the tree, many things he can do, very focused. But to control the mind, he is saying, oh, Krishna, I think this is almost impossible. So we'll do our best. And as always, we are always relying on the grace from above. But doing our best means that we cannot reach Krishna by our own effort, but we do make ourselves more able to be a good receiver for the mercy from above, and attract that mercy by doing our best, being sincere, and continuing not to slip and slide and stay slipped. The expression and the shloka in the scriptures which says, everything is Krishna's energy. And as a child, when they're learning to walk, they fall down on the earth, but the earth itself is what they will use to again stand up. They will push down on the earth and stand up, and again they will keep walking. So we are within that realm where we can make mistake, but we will get up, try to make the right decision, and the more we make the right decision, then the more it will come naturally. And we do have that promise. It's more than a promise. We have that assurance. If we do follow the process, we'll be fine. And all the shortcomings that are in us, Krishna will keep what we have, but he will supply what we lack. So all these shortcomings that we know come within us, then we have that faith, and we know that Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, the Supreme Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, they are all there, and they will overlook those things if we are sincere. Rather, they will see, okay, they need help. So by their grace, if we are sincere, may we be successful soon. But that doesn't leave room for hypocrisy. Guru Maharaj uses this word, hypocrisy. We must not be hypocrite. He doesn't like that. So we'll be sincere, we'll try our best. And Srila Guru Maharaj, in one talk when we were there with Guru Maharaj, and he said that the reactions for some actual accident to go into illusion, the reactions are burnt up in the fire of regret. And this we heard directly from Srila Guru Maharaj, and it may be from the scripture. I don't know if it is in a book, but it is one of those expressions that when we heard, and with other devotees, then we are all saying afterwards, oh, reaction is burnt up in the fire of regret. So we will continue. And we do have in black and white recorded Srila Guru Maharaj saying, by hook or by crook, we must continue. And I know we have, because we read it recently. Now you're going to ask me, where is that? Well, it's there. By hook or by crook, we must maintain our Krishna consciousness. So maybe, are those the answers? Does that fulfill the questions that were asked, Udaram Prabhu?
Yes, thank you, Maharaj.
Happily. And by the way, that song in the Kirtan book, the 8 flower offerings in praise of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, they're super sweet, and they're added to the book. You can see that they're added close to the end of the book, in the section, actually, hopefully now they will be in the section, or they're in the 10th edition, the section of Srila Guru Maharaj's compositions. But they're at the back of the book. But these can be sung as often as we like. They're beautiful praises, and to the same meter as Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam. Guru Rupa Virajita Nanda Sutang Satunannata Kanchana Bhumi Dharam Dharani Janatara Natunga Tarim Bhajagora Harim Bhajagora Harim. And as with Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam, when singing, then that last line, when it's echoed, is repeated twice. And you not only to sing the words, but as Gurudev always says, we want to understand what we're singing and sing with heart. So beautiful flower offerings in praise of Gaura Hari by none other than our wonderful Srila Guru Maharaj. And in the Russian book, you can put a sticker over. You can put in a correction. We've done that with printed books before. With like 100 printed books, having devotees, we print out on the printer, have the devotees stick them in. Oh, and Hari Gopal Prabhu is here. He put in a correction in the English songbook. If I remember rightly. But is it correct? Yes, it's correct. You were cutting out some correction and sticking in the English song. Yes, so no problem to cut out a piece of paper, print it out. I mean, of course, stick it on the computer screen is not going to help, because as soon as you move your computer screen, you won't be there. But for the physical book, you can print out the correction and stick it on. And in your own digital books, you can always put a little marker there, something so you know it's a correction. Okay, dear devotees. May we come to Paramananda Prabhu and Keshavananda Prabhu. They are going to be our hosts very, very soon, and for lots of us here, then will be, quite a lot of us here, including Indu Baladevi Rasi here from Italy, will be with us. Then we'll be over in Thailand very soon. And by the way, in the meantime, very happy to welcome Subhara Devi Rasi, Ekadashi Didi, Anutama Devi Rasi, Tungarasi Didi, Dana Gunali Didi, Nadia Priya Didi, Nadia Sundari Didi. Various devotees have joined since we began and welcomed everyone. So we are happy to have your good association, each of you. And let us come to Thailand, where it is evening already. Look, it's night outside. And we're going to come now by Zoom to Thailand, but soon we shall Zoom to Thailand by aeroplane and be there directly. An update, kindly.
Hare Krishna. So we're expecting everyone, Maharaj. Looking forward, making lists, deciding, all those festival matters of where everybody will be and how it's going to work and when the arrivals are coming and on what day and when and how. So we're in that kind of list loka at the moment. And the days are going past very quickly, as they do, the days and the months and the years. So before very long, the grand festival will again be with us. And the month of Kartika is coming quickly. Already in Vrindavan, there were so many Parikram groups, even though we're not in Kartika Mas yet. There was already many coming this way and that way. It was feeling like, yes, festival is coming, and all the shops with their, Diwali displays and things like this, because it's that time of year. So it's very wonderful that the festival is sprouting, you can say, or the preparations going on, and for this wonderful holy month of Kartik, and with so many special and unique, wonderful days. First and foremost for us, the appearance of our Srila Bhakti Rakak Siddhadev Goswami Maharaj, Maharaj's appearance day, and Govardhan Puja, and so many wonderful days within that month. So yes, so we're happily preparing and waiting, and slowly the devotees will come from the four corners of the 10 directions, whatever it is, from north, south, east, and west, and points between. And we only just got Paramananda Prabhu back yesterday from Japan. So we're very happy to be here and to be eagerly awaiting all the devotees who can come physically, and for those who can't come physically this time, then we shall also be having our Zooms and our online programs. So nobody's, we can all join in together, however that may be, and share this wonderful time together, either physically or virtually. And yes, that's where we are, Prabhu.
Yeah. And it's not so easy sometimes to manage the festival with so many different personalities, with different natures, and how to match people, who is going to stay where, who needs what, and all of that. And even though devotees are very humble and not asking anything, still you want to do your best. And actually, I remember when we were doing Kartik pilgrimages in India, Keshavananda Prabhu was stationed there at that time, and he would be doing a lot of different things and literally running here and there, buying stuff in Lord Bazaar for the devotees and bringing the mattresses and making up the beds and all of that. And it's very organic how it's transitioned into this festival due to the circumstances, and it feels like the Kartik Vaishnava festival they had in Indian Vrindavan. Quite not different. And of course, when we stumble upon certain difficulties, we always remembering Mahaprabhu. But it's a shameful thing to say, maybe. And I'm not ashamed, even though it may be a shameful thing to say. We taking Mahananda Prabhu's name more than Mahaprabhu's name, remembering him during these circumstances, and things becoming very easy suddenly. So happily awaiting everybody. And I was actually thinking we're mostly a missionary centered, what do you call it? A mission. Mahaprabhu's mission is missionary. For wide distribution, to reaching out, not preaching, but reaching out to different people, trying to give them exposure to Mahaprabhu's teaching, exposure to the holy name. But at the same time, it's extremely important. Actually, it's like a foundation of everything for us to get together and to nourish each other, to get inspiration, to continue that missionary activities, to continue spreading Mahaprabhu's ideals. Really, it's one of the foundational practices that we have. Get together during the festival, especially Kartik or Gaur Purnima, any kind of festival, and spend some time together. And Zooms are wonderful, no doubt about it, but Maharaj pointed so many times, even though they're wonderful, it's nice to sing together in a physical company of all the devotees, honor prasadam together, and do so many things together. So it's not really a replacement, it's a supplementary thing. So please do not judge us, all the guests who are coming. I mean, you can judge, but not harshly. And please accept what we are to offer. We're trying our best. At least we're thinking we're trying our best. And Maharaj is coming here, so he will do the QC, the quality check, before everyone else comes. And if it's approved, then I guess we succeeded.
Oh dear. Paramananda Prabhu is a disciple of His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, who is a certified transcendental humorist.
Well, that's the certificate I can get, even though I'm completely not fit for that.
Hare Krishna. Anyway, we're gently aloof from the arrangements, being on another quadrant of the world over here in Italy, but we can definitely relate to everything taking place. And in Navadip, wherever we were, then always there was a build-up for the festivals, and we happily look back on those days, and even though sometimes quite crazy days, if you like, busy days, no doubt, but happily, and to be able to serve the devotees is our joy. It's the joy of us all, and is always the joy. It is not, oh, now we used to serve devotees when we first joined the temple, we don't serve them now. Absolutely not. We want to be the servant of the devotees, we want to be with the devotees, we want to also make the devotees happy. And by the grace of the devotees, we've been doing that basically since joining the temple. That's what we're meant to do, as far as I know, and we were doing it happily, and by doing that, then also we got to do more and more service here and there. And in India, how many times we went to Calcutta in service of the devotees. Because so many things had to be done there, but happily. And that means everything about looking after the devotees, not only where they stay, and we know, and Gurudev repeatedly said it, he like apologized to the devotees, I'm sorry, we can't give you the accommodation you are used to. But also, it's not that the matter of gold-plated plates or anything else, it's a matter of just making devotees welcome and at home. And so accommodation may be simple, it may not be what you're used to at home, but that's also part of the adventure. We come happily. And as Srila Guru Maharaj says in Sri Guru and His Grace, that the devotees will come and not to give disturbance to the Guru in his ashram. They will come with their own bed and bedding, they will come self-sufficient, they're not going to come to take anything. This principle of always putting in more energy than we receive, we must always be conscious of that in every temple and every temple environment. And this was very much put into our mind taught to us from the very beginning of our going to India and going to different temples in India. Wherever we go, to make some contribution, either of funds or of energy, somehow to put in more than we take. And it's not just a tradition. I was sometimes a little sad when I saw the Western devotees getting those in Govardhan. I'm thinking now of Govardhan and Vrindavan, getting those packets of 50 paisa coins. And then when they're going to the temple, they're putting in 1 or 2 50 paisa coins for Krishna in the temples. And okay, it fulfills a formality that we're giving a donation, we're bringing a flower to Krishna, we're bringing a donation. But really, when we're coming to the temples, we want to try to think not in terms of, a penniless Indian person who's putting a few coins. We must try to think, yes, if you have a drink if you have a cup of hot anything in a restaurant, it's going to cost you how much in rupees? Over here, it'll cost you 200 rupees or 150 rupees or something. And to put one rupee in the box for Krishna doesn't seem the right proportion. But the devotees coming, they're coming with their energy, and they're coming to be engaged, and they're coming to be part of the family. So Navadip, it was very happy to help arrange, but it was unhappy to help devotees to leave after the festivals. Jain. So I have one, yes. 4 devotees, including, well, 3 devotees and me here, and they came each with the price of a contribution. So what contribution are they going to give? Rasarati Devirasi. Oh, you need a microphone. Can you clip the microphone on? It's the Latvian Zoom, but you can speak in English. We have simultaneous translation to Russian. Through Priyanana. Grazie, Priyanana.
Dandavat to all the devotees. And yes, before joining the Zoom, we were cleaning the kitchen together, and we were speaking about the mind and the process of the mind, you know, how it's impossible to control the mind, but also we know that we are not the mind, but this is so strong, this process that is going on inside us every time, no? And so we came to the conclusion that maybe we don't have to control the mind, but disidentify from the mind, no? And but still it's difficult to do this. And so I wanted to ask you if there is some solution to disidentify from the mind, because yes, we know that we are not the mind, but when the mind started to speak and she tells stories and things, and maybe we fall in, we believe that this is true in some ways, and we forget that we are not the mind and everything is a big illusion. So
there you are, Paramananda Prabhu. A question for you.
Well, that sounded like a shared realization, Maharaj. Wasn't a question.
oh, okay.
No, she has the question. The question was then how to bring that mind either under control, or what to do when it starts telling you stories, which you know are not really the right stories, but the mind is telling us that.
Tell a Krishna story to the mind, counter it. There's a mantra and there's a counter mantra. There are many things you can do. Engaging yourself in service, chanting the holy name, reading the scripture, having a good conversation with your fellow Vaishnava friend or servitor. So many different things. I mean, mind is very powerful, very fast. It's also a shape or a shape shifter.
What?
Shape. You see, you see him, and then you're about to hit him with what was Saraswati Thakur's advice? A boot, a shoe, and then shifted and took another form, and then you have to catch him again. So it's pretty devious that way. But it was also said that Krishna is all attractive, and he is Madan Mohan. That's one of his names. He can absolutely captivate the whole of you, what to speak of your mind. So the more you give yourself to him, or give yourself to someone who is very dear to him, then there's a chance that you will engage your mind in a proper way, not to conquer. Srila Govinda Maharaj used to also say, like Arjuna said it already, it's difficult, it's impossible. But he also, Govinda Maharaj used to say, do not challenge Maya. Do not challenge your, in a way we can say, do not challenge your mind, but instead engage him, make him your friend. Put him in a positive perspective. Religion is the proper adjustment. So find a proper angle of vision. All of that is related to that. So Guru Maharaj pressed that practices, daily practices that we should be implementing in our devotional life. In Keshavananda, do we have any advice? And I would like to ask a young brahmachari here behind us as well, after Keshavananda Prabhu.
Guru Maharaj said, when asked about by a devotee who was saying, I am always being attacked. by calm, Krog, Lobe, everything. And Guru Maharaj saying that responsible service is the key to the umbrella, because the vegans, the pushings, Vacho Vegam, Manasa, Krodha Vegam, they're always pushing, and it's where we find ourselves, in that land of these things pushing us. So we have to be otherwise engaged as possible by us. And Guru Maharaj's advice was something responsible in the line of service is the best protection of all, because then you will be absorbed in that seva, and not to become, whatever happens, not to become hopeless, and not to become, to give up. As Maharaj was saying, that we fall on the ground, and the ground again gives us, we get up and go on. Very small, Mattoyo nashti papatma naparadija kasyana parihare pilajame kimbruve purushottama. This is Rupa and Sanatan praying this. That there's nothing good in me, actually. It's all contaminated. It's all, there's no good qualities. Anything good is simply being manifested by the merciful heart of the Sri Guru and Vaishnava. So this is who I am. So it's not hardly surprising if this is that I will be failing in so many ways. But I can't let that stop me. Again, I have to pray to the Vaishnava. Oh, Vaishnava Thakur, please save me. Oh, Guru Maharaj, please save me. And again, what can I do? How can I be engaged? And then when that merciful service comes to me, especially something responsible that I have to think about and be absorbed in, then those things recede. And we know that Chaitodapanamarjanam Bhava Mahanavat, the mind will become cleaned. So we're going to continue. We just have to continuing on in this happy process. And every day is a new day, and every minute is a new minute. So we'll, by good association, then we will keep on trying to one day do something, do some actual service for our divine guardians and gurus.
Sincerity is invincible.
Sincerity and invincible.
Gurudev said that the power of the sincere prayer. So if we pray for grace, if we pray for mercy, and we have examples. I mean, personalities like Rupa Goswami, they're praying for that, and they're acknowledging. I mean, I don't know how to put it. He is not the resident of this world, but he is saying, Balavati Baba Pura Majjate Mevidure. Asharanagana Bandhu Hatu Haka Sakrita Valandam Dehi Hasta Valandam. Saying, please give me your helping hand. I'm praying you. I'm drowning in the ocean of
drowning in the sea of hallucination,
sea of illusion,
frustration
carried by the tides of hallucination. This is my situation, right? And from understanding of your position, your dire situation, comes the sincere prayer. And Lord hears it, and He sends His representatives, and all of that is actually helps you on the path of making your mind your friend.
And Yes, one moment, Ramsundar Prabhu, because just now I think Suresh Krishna. Yes, Suresh Krishna.
Yes, Maharaj. Now they're planning to leave us. They're going to rail station. Yes, Harigopal, Diana, and Gordon Hari.
All right. Anyway, very happy to meet you all. And Dana, let us meet you again and again. And we're very happy that you're helping the devotees with arrangements. And the railway station means you're both going down to Kiev, not Kiev, Riga.
Yes, Riga.
All right. So have a safe journey. And Prajalshta, you are welcome. All right. And so here we've got Ramsundar Prabhu with some life tips for us for devotional service, for about our crazy mind. Okay, don't forget 25 hours a day, chant Hare Krishna, 8 days a week. Okay.
Well,
Dandavad to them. Sorry, they're on their way, so we'd like to give them a flower and let them be on their way, but I can't give a flower just now from here. A flower by heart. Yes, Ramsundar Prabhu. I'll give you a garland instead of a flower, okay.
well, just building off what Keshavananda and Paramananda Prabhu said, and this was advice I got from you, Maharaj, when I was first taking saffron, is that when your mind is, trying to overwhelm you with misfortunate circumstances, that you chant out loud, like with full sincerity, the names of all the Vaishnavas, as many as you can and can remember. Mm-hmm. And, by their grace and their blessings, all these things can be, brushed away and eventually completely purified. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, these Prabhu's summed it up very nice, and that's something short to just top it off.
Well, I may have said it, you may have heard it from me, but that is Srila Guru Maharaj's advice. That is Srila Guru Maharaj saying the practical ways to call out the name of the Vaishnava. So yes, definitely appreciate that you remind us of that. And Marie, she's put some messages here in the chat box. And she's saying in inverted commas, it's very short. First of all, Tungarasa Didi, she sent her obeisances early on. So Tungarasa in Norway, she's joined you. Norway is very close to Latvia. And Marie, she's put in inverted commas, hello, mind. I see you telling that story. What do you think we get out of telling ourselves that story? What responsibility do we have that story allows us to avoid facing? Is it that really who we are? Is that really who we are? Someone who avoids that responsibility? Is that who we want to be? Okay, Marie, well done. And then, yes, turn to devotional stories or Shastra or service, preferably something which requires us to face that responsibility. And then she's added, the mind's purpose is to keep us feeling safe. Our task is to teach it, to turn us from seeking to feel safe, to searching for real safety. Yes, back home, back to Godhead, where all are our well-wishers. And while doing the pots, cleaning the pots, then we can also be focused. In Bengal, I don't recall the expression, but when they're cleaning the things, the utensils, then when they clean, they call them without fragrance, without any fragrance. So it's not only clean of oil and things like that, but the last touch of any fragrance or smell of the food will be gone from the pot. Just a little thing just to add that we heard in India. Hare Krishna. Well, we do have two more devotees here. Leelamoy Prabhu, he's going to be coming to Thailand on a one-way ticket. Oh dear, very soon. And we'll be all arriving more or less the same time in Chiang Mai. He'll be on a different flight. But maybe you could give the microphone to Leelamoy Prabhu.
Thank you for, thanks to all of you for the answer. I have something to think about.
Yes. Jai, not just to ask a question, but to hear the answer. Yes, appreciated. Leelamoy Prabhu.
And pranams to all of you.
Is this a question or is this a contribution?
No, no contribution yet.
It's not a contribution. Okay, then who's going to be answering the question?
Okay, no, not a question.
Okay.
One thing that I can say about the mind is that we're having this really profound and deep discussion about this in the kitchen during the washing pots. Then Kamala came and gave her thoughts and her ideas about it. But really, we need to remember that our responsibility, our duty, it is to not to do anything for ourselves. It is to serve the others. And by doing that, we kind of occupied our mind not to thinking about ourselves, that the things that we think that is ourselves, but really try to think about the others. And we are constantly saying about the Vaishnavas, as Ramsundar Prabhu said, about always remember the names of the Vaishnavas and really try to see them and try to serve them. This is the easiest path, because trying to do everything for myself, this is mine, this is, I like this, I like that. No, this is not my, nothing here in this world belongs to me. Everything belongs to the Lord, and everything is using that, everything that we must use to serve the Lord. And by serving the devotees, by serving Vaishnavas, by serving Gurudev, this is a shortcut. And of course that we must be attentive in everything that we do, and trying to see ourselves in another perspective, to see ourselves in outside way. I don't know if to see our attitude, it's if it is a correct attitude, if we are doing correctly things, and really self-analysis. And this is a helpful way that I'm always trying to understand, and not following completely, but I'm trying. I think this is something.
Jai.
Okay. Jai.
And now we do have a devotee outside the window here. And on his back, in large letters, it says, "Your mistake." Now I'm trying to... And Nadia Sundari can guess who that is. Your mistake. There, loud and clear. I could turn the camera, but I won't incriminate him. I'm thinking, what is he thinking to write this on the line? Okay, anyway, he's actually waiting for me, and I probably better go and see what mistake I've made and check in with him, because our time is up and he's been here for a while. Very tolerant and very patiently. And as Gurudev said, and he said, out of these principles of humility, tolerance, giving honor to others, not wanting honor for oneself, the most important is, I consider the most important to be tolerance. First is tolerance. So he's been very tolerant, waiting for me for this hour or so since he came. And so, dear devotees, I'll continue, and you also continued your day in service mood, service activity, chanting the holy names. And if you feel, I don't have any responsible service, well, try to finish your 16 rounds of japa today, and that will be a good start to your responsible service mood. Something like that. We can always find service. We can always understand that wherever we are. How is it that, anyway, how is it the 6 Goswamis are living under trees, a different tree each night, but they're engaged constantly in service to the extent that they hardly find the time to rest and look after their bodies at all. So we have a long way to go, no doubt. But our destination, the long way, is Goloka Vrindavan. We're in the age of Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. We're in the age of Srila Saraswati, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, and Srila Prabhupada. So it's a wonderful age. So on our long journey, may they assist us, just like the aeroplane will assist the devotees to cross over so many countries without any notice, hardly any notice. So similarly, Mahaprabhu and our guardians can make that arrangement for us for going all the way to Goloka Vrindavan. And that's their promise. We just have to be sincere. Jai Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rock Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. And Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Bhaga ki Jai. Jai Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Vishwarenya Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. All the Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda ki Jai. And Vrinda Devi Shrimati Tulsi Devi ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat ki Jai. And all the Latvian Bhakti Vrinda ki Jai. All the Zoom collected, assembled Bhakti Vrinda ki Jai. And Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. And always gratitude to all of you, to Priyanana for the hard work of simultaneous translation. Well done to you all. And see you soon. But we have one, oh no, next week, next week we'll be with you. We'll be live with many Latvians side by side in Thailand and keep you posted.
Maharaj, next Sunday we will go to Thailand. It's our journey time, Sunday. We will not able to participate in Zoom because we will be in Turkey, so somewhere in the transfer. So that's why.
Okay, so the Sunday after this, then we will be with the Latvian devotees side by side. And next week, there will be different Zooms, the back to basics, etc. should be running on the next Sunday at a very sensible time in Thailand. Not so early as in Europe. All right, so dear devotees, we'll meet again soon. So on the Latvian Zoom then, as we just heard from Suresh Krishna, the week after this, the weekend after this next weekend, we'll be back at the same time, the Latvian time of 3 p.m.
Yes, 3 p.m. 3 p.m.
All right, perfect. Dandavat Pranam. Have a successful seva to everybody and a successful journey for those who will be on the journey. And we'll keep in touch. Chant Hare Krishna. Be happy. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda.
Dandavat.
Oh, Ekadashi, look all the way from Siberia to your mom, to all the devotees there. Wonderful. Hare Krishna.